What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Elite Life with Sam. I'm here with my beautiful guest, Miss Hellen. She is the mastermind behind the Wellness Concierge. Did I
Yep,
get that right?
you did indeed. Hi, I'm Helen. I'm the Wellness Concierge. Do you feel tired? Do you have bloating? Do you just feel a bit meh and you can't work out what's wrong? I've got you. I'm here for you and I'm going to help you.
Listen, you guys are going to be so excited to hear everything she has to say. Not only is she incredibly intelligent, beautiful, but she is one of the warmest souls that I've ever had the privilege of having on this couch. So, guys, let's get into it. Miss Helen, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited.
Yes. So tell me a little bit about yourself. I'm picking up a little bit of UK.
Is it that obvious?
It's very. Now listen, I have to tell you, I'm neurospicy. So if I pick up on the accent, I'm not being disrespectful. It's just one of the weird quirks that I do.
I love neurospicy. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I've not heard that and I'm going to use it.
Today was your first time
Yeah.
hearing neurospicy. Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic. So, yeah, my name's Helen. I'm from the UK. And I have spent a long time trying to work out why, not only from my own experience,
Mm-hmm.
but why people are sick and
Mm-hmm.
modern medicine is letting people down.
Yes.
And we are sticking a plaster over just the symptoms as opposed to getting to the root cause of the problems. So that led to the Wellness Concierge, and I've just become like the Sherlock Holmes of health, like a health detective.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
You need a
yeah.
trench coat.
And a hat.
Yeah.
And just delving deeper and deeper as to what's going on inside us. And as a result, I do work with people who are probably quite sick in
Yeah.
some respects, and getting some amazing results.
Yeah, that's always bothered me is the one size fits all
Mm-hmm.
medical treatments because we're all so different.
We are.
We all have different lifestyles, we all have different genetics. And so I really am so excited that you are here representing not just women, you also treat men as well.
Absolutely,
I
yeah.
love
And
that.
and I think what you say about genetics, we've all got our own individual barcode.
Oh, yeah.
And how that barcode works with what you feed it and how you live your life is going to work differently from me to you.
Yeah.
We've all got two, eyes and limbs and organs,
Sure.
but they all work differently
Yeah.
depending on your history.
So tell me a little bit about your background, how you got into this. Was there like a medical emergency for you
I
or?
think yes, with me.
Mhm.
So I had years of hormonal issues, which, as I mentioned prior to us when we were chatting earlier, I ended up having a full hysterectomy in my early 40s. I always suffered really badly with period pains,
Mhm.
probably for 2.5 weeks a month.
Wow.
So leading up to my period, during my period, and then for a couple of days afterwards.
Mhm.
And when I was in my teens, they would say, "Go on the pill."
That's
Yeah,
a fix it
go
all.
on the pill. And then, oh, take this. I can't remember off the top of my head the name of this big yellow tablet that will help with your period pains. And really, and sadly, you just go along with it because you believe that these people know what they're doing.
Mhm.
And it wasn't until after I had my hysterectomy that I went, hang on a minute, why?
Mhm.
It's a bit like I delayed my 2-year-old why questions
Yeah.
till my 40s
Yeah.
and just said, but why did I have those pains? Why did I suffer as much as I did?
Yes.
And, the imbalance of hormones
Mhm.
was clearly the issue,
Yeah.
hitting me with lots of the medication
Mhm.
was not the answer. What
Right.
my body was asking for, I've now found out, was progesterone.
Oh,
And
wow.
I was estrogen dominant,
Yeah.
and I actually needed more progesterone to even myself out.
It blows my mind how common that is.
Mm,
I'm in my
huge.
late 30s and knock on wood, I haven't had those issues to deal with, but close family members have. And I think I'm maybe the least medical person you'll ever come in contact with. Like, ibuprofen is my fix for everything. So, diving into these topics and educating myself on them, and how um, I never fully understood how, even in men, like the dominance of estrogen or
Mm,
testosterone or
mm,
progesterone, all of these things really, on a day to day basis, they fluctuate and
mm,
change. And I think that we're given a lot of blanketed,
mm.
diagnoses of, I think the big one right now is like um, cystic or ovarian cysts.
Okay. Yeah.
And, and
Prevalent a lot. Yeah.
yeah. And so, but why?
Mm,
But why does it seem more prevalent now than 20 years ago?
mm,
So you're doing an incredible work, honestly. So, can you explain what forensic wellness is? I read this on your website and I
mhm.
was like, what do you mean forensic? That sounds,
And I think that refers back to the detective in me.
yeah.
So whereas you have individual MDs, I think you call them over here, individual
Hmm.
doctors for different things, because they look at one particular thing, will miss something else. They
Hmm.
might not, necessarily delve deeper.
Hmm.
Whereas where I do is I will do a load of tests and I will go, well, hang on a minute, that's doing that. Why is that doing that? What's this? What's going on with your life? Let's do epigenetic testing. Let's do genetic testing. Let's see if you have got something going on in your cells that shouldn't be happening. What's happening? I'm going to use certain words and I'll quite happily explain them further, but you might have heard of a word called mitochondria. So your mitochondria is like your powerhouse. It's like your battery in each of your cells, and you've got millions of cells.
Hmm.
If that battery isn't firing on all cylinders, you're not going to fire on all cylinders.
Hmm.
And then as a result from that, everything else backs up. And
Okay.
so that can be a reason why potentially you've got fatigue, or potentially you're suffering, but none of the tests will show, because you can't see that in modern medicine. In certain
Gotcha.
countries, they don't even acknowledge that that exists.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So, how do you test? Is it a blood panel?
So, yeah, we do blood panel, we'll do urine panels. So, we'll look at the biggest thing, and probably big thing over here right now, is toxicity, mold,
Mm-hmm.
environmental toxicity, heavy metals.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll test with those. Dry blood spot as well. Stool testing.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do quite a huge amount of
Wow.
testing to get to the root cause. I will leave no stone unturned.
And this is just to get the baseline.
And this is just, and it depends what your symptoms are.
Okay.
If you're coming to me and you've had years of issues,
Mm-hmm.
or you've been diagnosed with something that's potentially, life threatening, and it's been missed, something's been missed, or somebody's got a, if you've got a great attitude, great mental sort of attitude that you will not be beaten, then sometimes that can be the best thing to help me then get deeper.
Yeah.
Because if you're determined, you'll overcome anything.
Well, that's a perfect segue because actually my next question was, how closely is mental health and physical health related?
Absolutely linked.
Yeah.
100%
There is such
intertwined.
a mental health crisis in this
Mm-hmm.
country right now, and it almost seems like as the health rate declines, the mental health declines as well. I understand if you have persistent pain, that can mess with your mental state, but I wonder how closely things like different mental illnesses are related to what's happening physically, especially like in your
100%.
gut.
So, well, there's a couple of things. Let me start there. What is your gut?
Mm-hmm.
So if I ask you that question, where's your gut?
In your stomach?
Hmm, is it?
I'm not sure now.
So your gut starts from the minute you put something in your mouth. So
Oh.
your gut starts from your mouth, so oral.
Mm-hmm.
You've got your microbiome in your mouth,
Yeah.
and then you swallow something, and then it's all the way down your esophagus till it gets to your stomach, and then it goes through your small intestine, your large intestine, and out through your bowel.
Okay.
So
So all of
that's
that is the
that's the
gut.
whole thing.
Wow. So even your oral health
Oh, oral
is
is where it starts.
wow.
So if you've got amalgam fillings, if you've got sort of metal in your mouth, if you've got root canal work, if you've got bleeding gums.
Yeah.
If you've got bleeding gums, you've got inflammation straight off.
Yes.
You
Yeah.
know, there's the ability for things to go through your mucosal layer in your gums and head up that way,
Oh,
up
okay.
to your brain.
Yeah, yeah.
So it starts from your mouth,
Yeah. Wow.
everything.
Wow. So you do all of those
Yeah,
testings as well. Wow, this is incredible.
yeah. And I sort of work with, you know, colleagues of mine as well will interact, especially from the dental side of things, if we need that. So when people work with me on a one-to-one basis,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll only be after I've looked at the test to understand exactly what we need to do,
Yeah.
will I then talk to the various different colleagues of mine, and they're all around the world that I work with.
You've like collected people
Yes,
everywhere.
yes, because just one set of people from one country isn't enough, because everybody's different in every country.
Mm-hmm.
Every country, people have different microbiome, have different, the foods that they're used to, the land that they live on, the air that they breathe, it's all different.
No, but I think that's a great point that I never would have considered, though, how different parts of the world are affected differently. In the United States, I think we have some of the most terrible food on the market that you
Oh,
could
it's
put in your
awful.
body.
And that's going back to the original thing on sort of health and mental health and gut. When you swallow something, so you take the initial taste and you're like, oh, that was great, that was really nice. So something really, you know, what's your most favourite naughty thing, food
Those
wise?
Rocher chocolates.
Okay, so you eat those, you
Hmm.
swallow it, then what? You've forgotten about it.
Right.
So you've swallowed it, it gets down into your stomach. Your stomach's like in a queue, like at the checkout, and it's like, okay, next, what's this?
Yeah.
So it's like, not sure what this is. I'll send a quick email to the brain. Do you know what this is? Brain's like, no clue. And so it'll just put it to one side because it doesn't recognize what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where processed foods and the issues with processed foods comes in,
Mm-hmm.
because it's not a protein, it's not a fat. It's an amalgamation of stuff.
Yeah.
And the body's still on version 1.0. We haven't had an upgrade like your iPhone gets an upgrade, or your, you know, other phones get upgrades, or your
Yeah.
computers or your laptops. They get upgrades. Their
Yeah.
software gets upgrades. Our software doesn't get upgraded.
We're just as simple as we used to be, or
Yeah.
at least that is. So does your body hang on to it or and
It,
try to
it
figure
will
it out?
hang on to it. That's why some people who struggle to lose weight, or then get hormonal imbalances, or you get issues with your organs, and the mental health carries on, because that email continues to flip back, and so you continue to eat it, it continues. So you're trying to live.
Mm-hmm.
Internally, your body's having all this communication.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, you're then trying to, I don't know, you've got the kids at home, you've got washing, you've got issues with your partner and all sorts of day-to-day things to deal with,
Mm-hmm.
but internally you've still got the email going on.
Yes.
So it's understandable, your brain, you're going to start to break.
Yeah. So that makes me, I'm sitting here just like connecting dots as you're talking. It's wild. Because like I said, I'm the least medical, educated person that you'll ever meet. However, there seems to be a huge spike in fad diets and cleanses, and
Mm-hmm.
um, the parasite cleanse went absolute. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I can't wait to hear about this. Went absolutely bananas on social media, and I have to admit, I fell victim to it. I started it, and I was like, "This is doing nothing for me. It just tastes nasty."
Mm-hmm.
So I quit. 100 bucks out, but can you educate us a little bit on the fad diets and everybody's it's like Mediterranean diet, carnivore diet, low carb diet, Atkins diet. What do you have to say about all those things?
I'm a big proponent of protein and fat.
Protein and fat.
Protein and fat.
Why is
And the
that?
reason I am is because the body makes enough carbohydrate for you to survive.
Okay.
It knows what it needs to produce.
Mm-hmm.
When you have an external source of carbohydrate, it can confuse the situation.
Okay.
And this is what we've seen over the last sort of 70 years of different diets that have come through. The ketogenic diet is probably something I'm most favored towards, um, because that sticks with whole foods, which
Yes.
is what your body needs.
Right.
When it comes to the vegetables, it again, organic, without getting too deep into it, how organic?
Yeah.
Um, I think these days vegetables and fruits seem to be getting bigger and bigger and
Right.
bigger, and they
They're genetically modified so much. Grow your own vegetables, people.
and make sure that your soil is regeneratively farmed.
Yeah.
It's got the goodness in it,
Yeah.
because the over farming
Yeah.
that's happening, the production, the speed, it's just, again, I go back to the body doesn't understand what it's being given. You might be eating
Yes.
an apple, you might think it's an apple, but your body's like, this is just a sugar fest.
Yeah, that's such a good point. I can vividly remember growing up in the deep south. We were part of the Emerald Coast in Florida. My grandparents planning out throughout the year what was going to be in season.
Right?
And I made that statement to Rich one time. I was like, "Oh, I wonder if such and such are in season." And he was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Like it totally didn't even register because it's not how he grew up. And it's because we didn't grow everything year round and we didn't pump our food full of antibiotics and growth hormones. And we traded, we did a lot of trading and canning at home ourselves. and
Yeah.
and I really truly wish it would go back to that.
Yeah.
That is, oh, I love that. You are a wealth of information. Okay, so I think you've already touched on this, the benefits of personalizing healthcare to the patient. I mean,
Well, yeah, and look, the science is there to show that everybody is different, and we can touch a little bit as an example, HRT,
what's HRT?
so hormone replacement therapy.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So I don't know whether it's called something else over here.
No, I
No?
think that's what it's
Yeah.
not medical minded at all.
So HRT, when you're menopausal, perimenopausal, postmenopausal, um, to me, how can the same hormone patch be right for me that's right for you?
Such good. Absolutely.
So I think when it comes down to individualized treatments,
Yeah.
you should be able to have a blood test, check your hormone levels, work out where they are, why they're where they are. Is
Mm-hmm.
it due to menopause,
Mm-hmm.
or is it due to stress?
Good point.
Are you sleeping properly? There are some really key pillars that can really adjust your hormones
Mm-hmm.
however you need to be. Are you having too much blue light?
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, are you getting outside
Mm-hmm.
enough? Are you seeing sunlight
Yeah.
when it comes up? Are you watching it go down? Are you setting your circadian rhythm properly?
You are so cool. That's so true. These are all such great. And it's as hustle culture has gotten to be more predominant in the United States. And listen, for anyone listening, I'm not knocking anyone for doing what they have to do to survive
Sure.
because times are tough and we're getting by. However, I think that so much pressure has been put on, especially our younger generation, to be where their parents were at a certain age. I will never ever tell my boys, well, at your age, I was blah, blah, blah. I've never had to live a day in their shoes, in their society as it stands now, and their children will live in a different world when they come in.
Mm.
So I say all that to say your points are so valid. Are you slowing down? Are you taking care of yourself? We were not meant to live like this. We were not meant to consume like we consume.
Mm-hmm.
We weren't meant to be glued to a screen. We weren't meant to wake up before the sun comes up and just be go 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 go. We need to slow down and really take care of ourselves
And be present.
and be present. That's such a good point. Grounding, how do you feel about grounding?
Love it. Absolutely imperative.
I
You
love
really
that
need to
you
do it.
you mix modern medicine with the old style holistic healing, and
Yeah.
I love that.
And if you had a red light sauna, infrared, if you had an oxygen chamber, you know, there's all these other things that can really help
Now,
too.
cold water therapy,
Yes,
cryotherapy,
yes, providing you're not stressed or your
oh,
body's under too much stress.
because
So,
that's cortisol, right?
yeah, and it could make it worse. So, if your
Mm,
body's already like this,
yeah,
then you go and stick it in some cold water, it's going to be even worse.
yeah.
So, I'm more of a, um, you know, yes, in moderation.
Okay,
Once you sorted, once you're in a better position, then you could do it further, do
okay,
it more. But again, it's balance.
yeah,
Like I know some people can go full force, really go for one thing,
yeah,
and then you get burnout because that thing didn't fix the other thing. So
yes,
it's about doing everything in moderation in the right way,
yes.
and you'll optimize your health that way.
So many people focus on weight loss
Mm-hmm.
and confuse that with healthy, not understanding that
Mm,
weight loss is a byproduct of being healthy.
yeah.
Once you give your body what it needs and take away what it doesn't, what's
Yep.
hurting it, then the weight will naturally come off.
Yep.
But not everyone is supposed to be a size 0 or a size 2 or 4. Some people's baseline is a bit bigger than others based off their genetics.
Yes. Um, Genetics in what way?
Well, so say, like, I'm petite.
Yeah.
I was built petite. My husband is a large man. He's structurally just bigger. He's muscles. He doesn't have to work out and he has muscles.
Yep.
And so I think, especially in our society, and we were talking earlier, how women are compared so much to each other. And if you don't look like this, you're not healthy and you're not beautiful. And that's just not.
It's not that. I mean, everybody is beautiful,
Yeah.
full stop, from the inside out. I think the key is inflammation isn't good, and if you struggle to weight is such a controversial subject.
Okay.
What weight are you?
Yeah.
Well, what is the right weight?
Yeah.
If you're optimal, it's irrelevant.
The number on the
The
scale is
number on the
irrelevant.
scales is
I
irrelevant. The
love that.
BMI, it's all irrelevant. If you're optimal, if you've got minimal, everybody has an element of inflammation. We talked about
Mm-hmm.
inflammation previously before we came on here. Everybody has a level of inflammation
Okay.
because your body is always working.
Yeah.
But if you've got raised inflammation, then there's an issue. And we need to look into why that is.
Yeah.
And that's when the forensic element of it comes in. It isn't
Mm-hmm.
about giving it a drug to reduce the inflammation. It's about finding out what's wrong. Why is your body under pressure?
Mm-hmm.
Without getting too deep into it, the reason why we're more addicted to food is because of what's been sprayed on the food in the first place. So hence the reason why I wouldn't necessarily say it's always genetically why we're overweight, and I use that term loosely.
Mm-hmm.
It's just evolved from
Okay.
overproduction, over farming, over spraying of stuff, which has made people addicted to food.
Okay. Huh. That is inflammation a newer concept in the medical?
We've always had inflammation.
Okay. So that's been
Um,
something that you guys have studied for generations or
yeah, but it just doesn't fit the narrative.
oh, that right there could preach a sermon.
Hmm?
It could
That's
it
probably a
doesn't
whole nother podcast.
absolutely it doesn't fit the narrative of what's being farmed by big pharma because once you're healthy, they lose their income. Such good points. I'm so glad you're here. We are just like covering so many of these. So, I have an autistic son. My
Okay.
youngest is autistic. And how do you see autism being treated holistically?
So autism covers a wide range of things.
Yeah, it's a
Um,
spectrum.
well, it's not only spectrum, it's cellular, it's toxicity, it's heavy metals, it's parasites. There is a lot of things going on when you have an autistic person.
Yes.
That I've got a friend back home who's got a severely autistic and spectrum, and um, yeah, he's non-verbal. He's
Mm.
But there are a lot of things that we can do to help children at a young age, and you can improve their lives quite considerably.
And not just through diet, but diet is a big one.
Diet is a big one. I think, uh, does your son have food issues?
Um, no, not really food issues. He has texture
Texture.
aversions.
Okay.
Yeah, he was nonverbal until we started him in therapy when he was 3.
Okay.
He did speech, occupational therapy, and a little bit of behavioral therapy. He just graduated speech therapy. He'll be on the podcast this season. He
Amazing.
is an incredible little human. Um,
Can I ask you a question?
sure.
How was your pregnancy?
Honestly, looking back now, they should have diagnosed me with low iron because I
Mm,
craved, this is so weird, I craved ice and I wanted to eat bubbles. I didn't, but I wanted to. And I
hmm
didn't know that those were symptoms of having low iron. And I told my doctor about this and they never.
Have you seen the picture of the brain's B12 deficiency as well?
Mm-mm.
I'll show you, I'll find it and I'll show you. Because B12 deficiency can also be signs in a young child
Okay.
early on. So I just wonder, and sometimes I like to search back to you,
Hmm.
to mum,
Yeah.
to see whether there's any toxicity levels in mum that have been transferred through to baby.
Hmm. Yeah, we were in a high stress situation during that pregnancy. We moved jobs and location. With my first son, had none of those things. Um,
So that stress could well have been passed through
okay.
to your baby.
Wow. So now he's 10 years old
Okay.
and he's thriving. He deals more with the ADHD, the hyperactivity,
Okay.
and he's on Focalin. I don't love this. However, he's not able to function without it at
Okay.
school. He's not able to really sit. He is an incredibly bright kid, but he lives in his own world.
Mhm.
You know, the way his mind processes information
Mhm.
is just not conducive with our culture. So he takes Focalin during school.
Mhm.
But if I wanted to look into holistic treatments for him and potentially wean him off of, those type of medications, is that something that's possible?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Because when I asked the doctor about the side effects, I'm like, hey, are there any because his appetite drops and we have to
So
really.
the gut is a big thing to look into, leaky gut for
What is
sure.
leaky gut?
So leaky gut, if I just take a break here, I can
Sure,
just get,
sure.
I've got it
I need
already
to
because
grab something to drink.
How old is your son?
He's 10. Oh, he's an incredible little human. He goes 100 miles per hour and he'll catch himself. He will read your facial expressions and he'll go, "Do I need to slow down?" I'm like, "Yeah, but
Oh my gosh, sweet.
give me just a minute." you know? He's very aware in certain moments, but it's almost like
he's got to get it out.
he vibrates.
So there'll be deficiencies there
Okay.
for sure. So um, when I'm usually dealing with autism, it's not one thing. So it's not just spectrum, as I mentioned to you. So you've got neuroinflammation, mitochondrial, gastrointestinal, and detoxification. So they're the things that I would probably look at first.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you've got the gut inflammation would be the key.
Okay.
And so the textural thing, there could be microbial imbalances as well. How are his teeth?
He doesn't have any issues. He's never had a cavity or anything like that.
Does he see a dentist?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, twice a year.
Um, so there's something else that's called methylation. Now, sometimes that has been talked about by, without going too deep, MTHFR. That's something that's been muted around about methylation pathways. And methylation, in a really simple way, is how the body recognizes different things that it ingests. And sometimes it won't recognize something. And the best way to describe this is B12. So you could take a B12 tablets
Mm-hmm.
in its processed form, and the body won't recognize what it is. It's like like you can scan the barcode and it just doesn't recognize it. But you give it a methylated version, you can take it and the body's like, ah, yeah, I know what you are, and
So
it goes
this is
straight
why
forward.
all those over-the-counter vitamins just,
Sometimes they just won't work.
yeah,
They
just
just won't
go
work.
right through
Yeah,
you.
and if you've got an absorption issue of vitamins and minerals in the first place, then we've got to fix the cell.
Okay.
And that's particularly from a leaky gut perspective. The lining of the gut has effectively holes in it, so it's leaking.
So much good information.
So you just have to fix that
And you can tell all of that leaky gut
from
from your testing.
test.
That is incredible. Well, this morning I went on and asked my followers how, if they had any questions for you. And you did answer quite a few of those. A couple of those, you mentioned before protein and fat. They were asking, is protein essential for weight loss and inflammation?
100%.
So, protein and the balance of fat
Yeah.
directly affects your inflammation in your body.
Yes.
Love that. That's just a simple, yep.
Yes.
Get more protein, girls.
Yeah.
How important is it for you then for your water intake?
Water is really important,
Okay.
but where the water is sourced from,
Mm.
and we could go into plastic bottles.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure everything's in glass.
As I gave you plastic water.
I think the key thing is plastic. If it's been sat out in the sun and the water's inside it, then that's been leached. So don't touch a plastic water bottle that's been in the sun.
That's microplastics, correct?
Correct.
And those you can't get rid of in your body.
They're different. They're really tough.
Oh,
Really tough.
but you're saying there's a chance.
Well,
I'm kidding.
no, it's hard. It's hard, but plastic as a whole is tough. But water, if you've got a filter, if you've got reverse osmosis, then that's even better. But water is key. But again, your body's got to put water into the cell.
Gotcha.
So
Rich.
if you've got any of these biological processes that aren't working,
Yeah.
can be identified in testing.
So drink your waters out of glass bottles, ladies.
Yeah, or just a glass.
Or just a glass.
Don't have your takeaway cups with your coffee.
Gotcha.
Bad news.
Yeah.
Because if I did a test on you and your BPA plastic levels were through the roof,
Probably would be.
it will be a plastic because you get your takeout coffee cups.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, girl, you are just reading my mail right now. Another one was best foods to balance hormones. So their concept was that you could heal yourself through food.
But what are you sleeping and what's your stress?
That's a good point. It's not just tied to
You can't
food.
just get a plate of food
Yeah.
and it's, even if it's an organic place of food, if your mind's not clear,
Yeah.
and your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system isn't, if you're not in control of that, and you're not getting 7 to 8 hours good quality sleep, constant sleep without having to get up
Yeah.
in the night.
Oh, it makes my heart hurt for all the new mamas.
I
No
can imagine.
wonder postpartum depression is so rampant.
And you can predict that.
Oh, really?
There are tests out there. When I did my thesis for my master's, which was all on this, you can get epigenetic biomarkers to predict whether you'll potentially get postpartum.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, our bodies really can tell us everything we need to know.
Yep.
It's like a little fortune teller.
Yep.
That's incredible. I started in therapy about a year and a half ago, and really just dealing with childhood trauma and stress, and your body stores all of that.
Yep.
And I started doing EMDR therapy and working on calming my nervous system, which I had never done before.
What do you do?
Oh my goodness. I do a lot of meditation now, breath work. I do, the tapping on the body, and I've worked in grounding work. I do try to get out in my backyard as the sun comes up, I get up about 5 a.m. with the kids, and so I stand out there with my feet flat on the ground. But in Tennessee, the weather, you can only do what you can do. And it's changed my life, truly. I won't say that everything has been solved, but I don't have that incredible fight or flight response to everything.
Good.
Everything isn't heightened and over the top. And so,
Can you switch yourself back when you notice yourself getting?
absolutely, it's become like second nature
Yeah.
to do these practices. And I do, the Epsom salt baths, to calm my nerves and stuff. And so, what you said, really paying attention not just to your diet or your water intake, but your sleep and calming your nervous system and healing your central nervous system is so, so valid.
And you know what? Being kind to yourself. And just owning stuff.
Yeah.
It's okay. Because remember, we're here. We're sat here right now.
Yeah.
If you're thinking into tomorrow, your body's not there yet.
Right. Oh, such a good point. Yeah. Oh my goodness. This is great. Okay. So we've covered diets. The last one was your thoughts on Mediterranean diet to reduce inflammation.
Different things are good at different points in your life, depending on what you're dealing with. So, for example, and I'm quite happy to share this, my partner had a heart attack out of the blue, nowhere, fit, healthy. We won't go into the reasons why I think that might be.
Yeah.
I'm not at all suspicious about vaccines. But anyway, had a heart attack at
Well,
the
we
beginning.
are suspicious
Oh,
about
good.
them.
I'm good. Totally vaccine related. And had to have a triple heart bypass.
Oh my goodness.
Now, obviously, Western medicine, you need a statin. No way. That didn't happen. But Mediterranean diet at that point for him was really important because heart health is key at this point, right? And getting his blood pressure back to where it should be, making sure his lymphatic system is circulated, because I don't know if you know what's involved with that surgery, but it's pretty significant, and it doesn't just involve opening your rib cage up, it involves your legs as well.
Yeah. My grandfather had a quadruple bypass.
So you know.
Yeah.
So the Mediterranean diet, we enlisted Dr. S.C. Malhotra. You may well know him. He was Simon's cardiologist, and he was amazing. And Simon isn't on statins and will never be on statins, and they're just a myth anyway. But for him, at that point, that was the right... I'm not going to say diet, that's the wrong thing. I think food intake was right.
Yeah. It's feeding your body what it needs at the time. It's all about nourishment. Yeah. We've turned mealtime into a social activity, which I think it's great. It's a time that you can bond, and my family sits around the dinner table at night. And
but that's so important.
It is so important, but I think even more than that, going along with what you said, is understanding that what my 16-year-old needs right now is probably not what I need as a 37-year-old mom. And so how would you suggest that busy, working, overstressed moms accommodate that into their life?
I'm not going to lie, it's a challenge, right? But I think planning ahead is really important. From a food perspective, you can't go wrong with the protein element and the fat element, and just no junk food.
Yeah.
The junk food, the ping, do you guys call them ping meals here? No, microwave meals.
Okay.
Do you have them? I don't know.
Yeah.
Different people call them different things. The American English.
That's okay.
I don't know.
I'll probably call them ping meals from now on. I'll be honest, that sounds cool.
But those sorts of, if it's quick and easy, you have to ask yourself.
Probably not.
And look at your plate and just sort of say, where's the protein?
Just some simple education and simple pre-planning. Meals don't have to be
complicated.
Or Pinterest worthy.
No.
Just, is there color happening on your plate? Is there some protein happening on your plate? I love that. That's such a good reminder that it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to get it absolutely
What,
right.
but what is perfection?
What's right for one person may not be right for the next person. And I love this approach. It goes back to how we started this whole conversation, that your health is so sacred to you. It's so individual. And I think this is should be the next wave. This should be the norm
Mm.
in medical treatment. That it is about you and how you are perfectly individually put together. Ms. Helen, thank you so much for being here today. Can you tell all of our listeners where to find you or contact you?
Yeah, absolutely. I've just loved being here. Thank you so much. You can contact me via Instagram at the wellness underscore concierge. You can go to my website, which is the wellness-concierge.com. And I'd be happy to chat to anybody.
Now, there is a quiz on your website, correct?
Yes,
I
there
took
is.
the quiz and it said that I may have inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
No fear, because you can book a consultation straight from that quiz.
Absolutely, 100%. And it's totally free.
Totally free. Guys, you have no excuse now not to go get your wellness on. Do you hear me? We're supporting this. This is our year, ladies. Until next time, bye.